Why the artist, formerly known as Christian, switched to Islam. A look at Burna Boy's spiritual journey. Nigerian global Afrobeat star Burna Boy, real name Damini Ogulu, recently opened up about a deeply personal shift. His transition from the faith of his upbringing, Christianity, to embracing Islam and even exploring beyond. In a candid interview with the host Blackboy Max, he detailed how his spiritual path became less about tradition and more about personal inquiry. Roots and the starting point. Burna Boy says he grew up in a Christian household simply because that was what his parents believed and the environment he was born into. But as he matured and started asking questions, the inherited faith ceased to feel sufficient. The turning point, he states, "I grew up as a Christian, but then I converted to Islam and all types. It is like I have studied it all." He continued, "The more I researched, the more confused I got. In short, the change wasn't a comfortable switch, but a restless pursuit, what he believes now." Rather than adopting faith purely as identity, Burna Boy describes himself as strongly spiritual. He uses language like, "We are creations. If we are creations, there must be a creator," to express his sense of mindset. He acknowledges that as he looked into different doctrines, he found conflicting scientific facts and interpretations, which added to his confusion. More than doctrine, what seems to matter for him is a felt connection. "All I know is that the truth is there is something up there protecting me, that I am in tune with. That is why when I pray, I feel like I am being heard." Why this matters. 1. Authenticity in faith. Burna Boy exemplifies a kind of spiritual honesty. He's not content with taking the religion of his parents or fitting neatly into one package. 2. The search over the destination. The story is less, "I converted and am settled," and more, "I converted and kept asking." That's rare in a public figure. 3. Questions ahead of answers. He implies that even the change to Islam didn't fully answer his questions. There's a humility in saying, "I'm still out here trying to find what is really going on." 4. Impact for others. For fans or observers, this may open space for more nuanced conversations about faith, identity, and public figures, rather than assuming uniform narratives. What it doesn't tell us, the interview doesn't lay out in detail which Islamic branch or community he now identifies with. It doesn't map out how his relationships, family, community, industry, have changed as a result of this shift. While he speaks of conversion, the emphasis is on internal exploration rather than institutional belonging. He doesn't claim to have found the final answer. In fact, he suggests the opposite. My take, and what you might keep in mind, Burna Boy's narrative presents faith as a living process rather than a static identity. It asks, what happens when you stop being comfortable with "this is what everyone in my family believes," and start asking for yourself? If you're reflecting on faith, identity, or change, this story resonates because it pulls against the settled label model. It's messy, open-ended, and real.